had been a long time since someone had adopted an older dog from the shelter. The thing is that most people are looking for puppies, but there are so many adult dogs in need of homes. And this shelter was trying everything they could to find them. When a woman named Laura came to the shelter, she didn't have any preference when it came to picking a dog. He got up and went to the door and started to bark. She had no idea what he wanted, so she just ignored him. But he kept barking, so she finally opened the door and was shocked. And it seemed like Charlie felt the same way. They played together all afternoon, and Laura couldn't help but think that they were meant to be together. She wanted to give a loving home to any dog that needed it. At first, they all seemed to be going well. But after a few weeks, things started to get difficult. If she left them alone for even a minute, they would get into trouble. They would bump into each other and sometimes even fight. She called the shelter and asked for help. They sent over a trainer who worked with blind dogs, and she taught Laura how to take care of her dogs. Laura was exhausted and didn't know what to do. When she came back, she noticed that he had chewed on one of her table legs. So she decided to make him a little den where he could feel safe. Either way, she was glad that both dogs had found a home. She talked to other people who had blind dogs, but they all said that their dogs were different and didn't need as much attention. Not all dogs are suited to life in a shelter, and some need special attention. But if you can give a dog the life they deserve, it will be the most rewarding thing you ever do. Laura felt like she was failing as a pet owner, and she started to think about giving them up. She learned how to train the dogs, how to keep them safe, and how to make life a little easier for them. It was hard work, but it was also very rewarding. She put in some blankets and pillows, and he loved it. Every day she was grateful for the challenge they had brought into her life, but also for the joy they had brought her. When she first saw this little guy, she fell in love with him immediately. But when she found out he was blind, she was a little bit worried. But his big brown eyes just melted her heart and she couldn't say no. She adopted him and named him Charlie. She took him home, gave him some food and water, and then left him alone for a while to explore his new surroundings. One day, Laura was petting Charlie when he started to whine. On the other side of the door was another dog who had managed to escape from a nearby park. It was a female dog who looked a lot like Charlie, and she was also blind. It looked like they were separated and now they were trying to find each other. She made sure that both dogs had food and water, and she also made a second den for the female dog. She named her Hope, and she was so happy to have found her. Laura couldn't believe it. She couldn't stop smiling. The dog started to bark and jump around because she was so happy to see another dog. But how could she keep to dogs that couldn't see? It was a challenge, but she was up for it. Laura knew that. These dogs needed special care, but she didn't know how much they would need. Charlie and Hope needed constant supervision. She took them for walks, but she had to carry them because they couldn't see where they were going. But before she did, she wanted to try one last thing. With the trainer's help, Laura was able to manage. Laura never regretted adopting Charlie and Hope. She knew that she had given them a chance at a happy life, and that was all that mattered. She often wondered if Charlie had led Hope to her or if it was just a coincidence. If you want to adopt a rescue dog, please make sure you can provide them with the care they need.